maybe. So it's paused. Good. So we have our current water tank that we're working on with a little bit of polluted water inside of it. Hopefully it's not too bad. That's interesting. So there's... What's happening in here? Oh, I guess I haven't finished building this all the way. This is in construction. I was making a water pump to pull it out, I think. Maybe. What else do we have? We're making algae here. Making some plants, but these plants are not great because the air is too much carbon dioxide, maybe? Let's unpause the game. Because it might be that some of the stuff is actually okay. Oh, I see. There we go. It's actually okay. No, not happy. The air pressure is too high. Okay. So that's this whole thing here where I was trying to pull out the oxygen. Or pull out, you know, the air here. And pump it up there. So apparently at least some of this is too high. Interesting. I'll have to figure that out. But meanwhile, okay, so over here, we have this one making continuous mush bars. And this one is making continuous better mush bars. And then this one we don't have anything queued up. I figure that this over here is enough to kind of work. So we're going to go with that. This thing might be air pressure, possibly. I wonder, like, this different color here. This is very, very breathable. And then up here... Yeah, it's kind of a mix. Interesting. Okay, I don't know. But anyway, so they're working on these things. Pipe is blocked. Okay, so this is really, it's just... So, I'm pumping water somewhere. I think to this stuff up here. If we look at pipes. Pipes. Here we go, pipes. So I'm pumping water down and around. So I kind of have an overabundance of it. Trying to figure out, what are these little dots? I guess maybe it's not using a full thing on or something? It's really weird, I don't know. It's like using not very much water, it seems like. It's not using like the full dot. I think it might be new. Anywho, so polluted water comes down here from these two things and they fill up in this tank. And then I am taking I'm taking this polluted water, I'm converting it, and then it's dumping out through here. So we're able to convert some of the polluted water into regular water. So this thing is kind of recycling itself. So the polluted water that comes into here, we cycle back through. It looks like we're making, down here, this is where we used to be pulling in water from. Now we're putting in this tank down here, eventually. Go back to our regular view. How's everybody doing? What are the alerts? So this guy's good. I don't know what happens if he starves. We'll have to see how that works. Because he's dropping off coal when he eats. So that's a good thing. Buildings lack required resources. Oh. Electric grill. There's insufficient mush bars. Okay, well that's fine. And actually, we should check this priority on stuff. So food, we only have it at 5. Let's double check that. So I have oxygen 7. So let's make food be a level 6 priority, just so it's a little bit above default. See if how well that works. Pull up. What is it? Update to whatchamacallit? That's cool. To Discord. Updated. Alright, here we go. So these things are eventually going to break down. I don't know what happens exactly with that. We'll have to see. So food. I just got something. Oh, refrigerator. That'd be nice. Let's get a couple of refrigerators in here. I guess right next to... Oh, it needs to be on solid ground. Okay, we'll build it right here, because there's space. And we'll hook it up. And then that way they can store the food in there instead of this other box over here. Let's give it power. Boop. Actually, I want to increase the font size of my chat also. Oops. This makes it a little easier. See? Alright, so that is good to go. And then we want to put all... we'll put everything in there. So they need to finish that pipe, I guess. But anyway, so then this should work out pretty well. So they can make food and put it in there as opposed to storing it over here, which is unrefrigerated. So we can actually tell it not to put anything in there. We also got something in here. We probably got this thing we've already made, so that's not the new thing. It uses polluted water to produce fertilizer. Okay, so that's another thing we can do polluted water with. We do have a lot of polluted water actually, so I don't know how much fertilizer we really need, so I might not build that right now. I'm not too worried about it. Because we're able to turn it straight into regular water, so that's sounds like a better choice. So we have even more issues up here. So actually, is it that the water pressure, is it that it's too high or too low? So there's oxygen. Okay, is there air pressure? So it's doing ventilation. I don't know what that one is. Yeah, so what I'm not sure on is it that it is not... Because these things are complaining that it's not... this plant. I'm trying to get to the plant. Oh, I guess because I'm in this view. So this thing says, growth halted because of pressure. Is it that the pressure is... Let's see. It wants oxygen. Okay, so that's okay, but what is... Okay, it's actually too low. Oh, okay. So stop that. Disable building. So I'm actually pulling out too much oxygen. There's not enough in here. So I need to, instead of pulling it away, I need to have more air pressure in here. I thought that was too high. Aha. Okay, so that's good. We got that sort of fixed, maybe. We should make sure we sweep up all this food that I do have here. That I told them to dump out of this thing. And have them put that away into the fridge. And here we go. This is now up and running. So now we're going to be pumping in water from here all the way over. It does say pipe is blocked. So we'll see where it's blocked. Not really sure. It's getting through here. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But this is working out pretty well. Good. Should make sure everything's up and running before I speed up time. So then hopefully this will start fixing itself. Alternatively, I guess we can... I don't want to run out of water. So there's an issue with trying to make sure I have idle people. Look at that. We should dig around or do something. We should expand. So we have lots of polluted water. We can take the polluted water and get that into the proper spots. So we can start filling up this one, which I can then convert into... We can build another one of these too, actually. This probably makes sense. Let's do that. So we want the water thing here. So this goes here. We'll make just two because we don't have a lot of room. Then we want pipes. So we have pipes coming in here. And then an out pipe right there. Okay. And then that doesn't need power, does it? I feel like it probably does. Yeah, okay. So then we can go down here, like that. So now that will convert more polluted water into regular water. And then... why are you guys... Oh, you're sleepy. I see. And then what we want to kind of do is there's a... I don't remember where it is. Somewhere in here there's a... you can take water to create oxygen and hydrogen. Where does that live? Yes, this here. So, yeah, it produces oxygen and hydrogen using water. So we can start using some of these to produce oxygen and then sort of vent that around. So we might want to think about how we want to set that up. I think what I might want to do, you shouldn't sleep there, probably, is make some more sections of, because they have, you know, some idle time, so we might as well make some more floors. And this is actually, what is this that I'm looking at? Polluted water. So we can actually pull that in. So we want to approach that from the top so we can more easily do that. Let me think about, I could also, so instead of having to run pipes, I could have them carry it, which might take a while, I guess. So maybe pipes is a better choice. But we could run some pipes coming up here. Let's do pipes. So here's the polluted water down here, and here's the outtake. So this thing is actually something I can hook into. So I'm going to run that this direction. Or I guess maybe just up to here. And then I can run... I should be able to reach that, I think, from down below. Then we do a liquid bridge. And I forget... Oops. How do I rotate? Oh, always rotate. There we go. Which one is the in and the out? So I think that the out is that way. Okay, so we want it to sort of flow down. So we could do that to have a pipe flow down with avoiding going, because usually I have the water running on the main level. So we can go like that, like that, like that, and then up here is where we can build in some more floor. So we want to, and here we'll have to actually dig this out so they can access that wall. And I don't think any of this will cave in. I think this is sturdy stuff. So up here we can build in the floor. And we'll have to... How do I build a pump at the bottom of the water? Let me think. So we can go like this. Build a ladder going down. And I guess they'll just be in the polluted water a little bit. And I guess we don't need the pump at the very bottom just yet. We can slowly move it down. So maybe they can build it without going into the polluted water. So let's try to find the pump. So we can put a pump here. They should be able to reach, I think. And then we can run the pipe going up. We'll go ahead and go through this. Oops. R should be rotated. I don't know. Anyway. So in theory, like that. And then we can run this pipe across the top. And then we want power to run over there. So the power oftentimes will go through the floor. So we can do that all the way over here and all the way down there. Okay. So it looks like these plants are actually also now happier too, that we've stopped pulling on all of the air in there. So eventually when this thing finishes, unreachable, I guess it's, oh, you're right, because of this whole thing up here is not reachable yet. Good point. So let's make this be a corridor coming across to here. Oop. So now they can actually reach it when they dig all that out. Maybe they, I don't know. I think they can. So this thing will empty out. Once we empty out this, then we can start using the same piping. What is this? Huh. This is all new to me. Interesting. I have no idea what these things are. How bizarre. Okay, well, whatever. So what I want to kind of do is set up like different. So set up a floor with oxygen. Right now, this floor doesn't have a lot of oxygen. So I need to change that, but then set up like rearrange living quarters so that it's in better positions and everything. Natural gas. I wonder what I can use for that. Oh, and this thing. What does this do? Ah, so this increases pressure, and it also, or no, it's rising pressure. I see. But it produces gas. I believe I can use that somehow to actually like make power. I think maybe. plate. What is this? Requires fossil fuels. We don't have that. Natural. Okay, so this thing here. So I could use this gas for power. I don't know if it rises. Hello, JJ Bonzik. Welcome. We're doing a good job. We're working on trying to get this polluted water to be pumped down into our polluted water thing. And we've added an extra polluted water converter thing. Let's look at our pipes. Yeah, so right now we have more polluted water pumping in than we're able to process, so that's good. And I guess some of that might be that I'm not able to output it fast enough. That could be too. Is that this one output here isn't strong enough. So we could, if we wanted to, let's get rid of, or we have to actually do demolish on that. So we'll take out this. That doesn't work. No. Oh, because that was inside the pipe view. Okay, alright, that makes sense. So now we want pipe. So we're actually going to add 2 outlets to this. And so that way we can have more water pouring in. Chad is acting very weird. Oh no. What sort of weirdness is it doing? Let's go back to the pipes. So now I think, once they finish that, I think it will pour more effectively. There'll be less backup. Not sure it's you, but it isn't sending all your messages. Oh no. I see fine. Well, thanks. I want to finish. I guess I'm running at a slower speed. We can go a little bit faster. Okay, so now it seems like we're able to process more of the water that's coming through. One thing I noticed, that if you haven't noticed this before, so earlier I noticed that it looks like there's little dots that will come through. So it seems like that instead of just one dot meaning stuff is flowing through, it's actually showing you that like small amounts is able to travel, which is interesting to me. So we don't have enough oxygen. So now we're bringing in more water. We're changing polluted water into regular water. We still have this little polluted water here that hasn't been a problem yet. And actually, this stuff is pretty beat up. I feel like they should fix it. Maybe they can't get to it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Anyway, so what we should do is set up some oxygen generation. The oxygen generation stuff that I have is oftentimes it produces hydrogen, which we can use for power. And the hydrogen rises. So I think what I kind of want to do, I don't want this. Cancel that. And I don't have enough beds apparently. Let's put in some more beds temporarily in weird spots. Where is there probably oxygen? Probably not here, but I will put them here. What is the oxygen like here? Not great. So they kind of need to be over here. So this stuff I don't think will collapse. So let's actually just expand this section. And we'll add in floor and extra beds. Oops. I can hear the so this thing, it's a wild growth. I don't know much about this thing. Let's uproot it. I don't know how you plant it. It seems like it grows in the ceiling, so I don't really know how that works. Let's see. And so eventually I'm going to take all this stuff and I'm going to try to get it to come this direction and pour into here where I'm able to suck it up already. But that might be tough. And I also don't understand. I'm really interested in what this is. Actually, I guess I can get up there, right? So very slowly, because they're working on all kinds of stuff. We're going to put in ladders to get up to whatever this thing is. I don't know what that is. But this stuff we can pretty easily get to come into here. You know, we'll have to make a path like, before this is there, we'll dig through, make a path to have it dump into here, and then go from there. Oh. Okay. Bring up the game. Where did the game go? I found it. Yeah, we actually don't have enough polluted water. It's interesting. Chlorine gas. And carbon dioxide. Well, I mean, I guess we don't have a lot of... We have more water than we have demand for right now, but I am pumping this out, so I guess that's part of it. Okay. So, how are our different projects going? We have lots of them. I think we could consider doing some of the oxygen generation. It's going to start producing some hydrogen that's going to be up here that we're actually going to try and collect. And so we might actually... Let's do some stuff. So we're going to do... I'm going to prep this section here for oxygen generation. Or maybe I'll do a little room for it. What kind of stuff do we have? We have permeable doors. I would like the ones that don't let stuff through. So let's actually go back to researching, because we haven't done that in a while. What gives us the doors? This is blocks liquid and gas flow. Okay, this is what I want. And it also gets ore scrubbers, kills a significant amount of germs on raw ores. Interesting. And then nullifies polluted oxygen. Interesting. Okay. So, we're going to build that because I want to make little rooms here. So we're going to actually prep the rooms. Because what I want is... Oh, and actually, I guess not here. I lied. Don't do that. We want to cancel. This is where I want to do it. Because I'm going to have them just be small sections here. So it's going to be airlock door, followed by an air pump. That I think I can filter. Well, I can filter after the fact, I guess. Trying to remember how this all works. So we have vents. So we have air pump. Will be here. And then we'll have this thing that's producing, taking water and producing oxygen and hydrogen. And this thing we can't filter itself, but then what we can do is take the stuff it gets and then we can filter. So there's going to be a little room that it's in. And I guess, actually I'm trying to think now if, does it need... Oop, that's not what I want. What was there? Vent. Air pump. I wonder what range it really pumps from. I guess it actually probably can pump some space. So we'll leave one space above. Like that. And... I'm trying to think of how much this produces compared to how much the other thing pumps out. Does it tell me that information? There it is. No, not from that. What does this thing tell me? No, they don't really tell me amount. So what I don't know is will this thing, like, how many pumps I would need to pump the stuff out to really do that? Sounds like we have a new person. Let's choose who we have. So I'm doing a lot of digging, which this seems like a good choice. What's his... so he's not very athletic. Okay. Creative and a tinkerer. Okay, let's go with the miner. I'm doing a lot of digging right now. So we'll go with this person. Print. Because I want a better... Right now I think my only... I guess I have these guys, but I don't have any coal to power them. Or at least not a lot of coal. Although now I guess they're putting in a bunch of coal, so never mind. But I want to try to get some of this power going up here. So let's get these things hooked up. Although I guess I do want this to kind of be done before before I get this thing running, because I don't want like a bunch of hydrogen and stuff to go away that way. So maybe I won't really power these guys quite yet. Although I guess I can disable the buildings in preparation for it. And then I can power them. So power, power. And then they need pipes. So we're going to run a water pipe up through here. So this needs water to come into it. We're going to hook up to here. And then here. And then we'll need to make a bridge going across. And I believe that O is not... Or rather, O is what I want to hit. There we go. So I think that's the way I want to do it. We'll see. How's everybody doing? It's insufficient oxygen generation, which is what we're working on. So that's good. We have lots of water, which is good also. What is... So this we actually don't need anymore, this ration box. I guess I will... I'll just... Yeah, I'll get rid of it. Because I'm not... I'm using the refrigerator instead. Which is actually kind of full. Interesting. So I have lots of food. That's good. Oh, I'm also storing... because I'm also storing, like, the stuff from these crops as well. I didn't really think about that. Alright, let's continue our construction project. You like the new research station? Did they change it? Did they make this? Yeah, all the monitors. I can't remember what it was like before. Okay, so this thing is going to produce. This thing is going to produce hydrogen and oxygen, and then we're going to pump out everything. Let's suppose that we can set it up so that we can do every other. So we're going to go like that. Do the same sort of process. And then do pumps. And then... so for now, we'll keep it like that. We have now finished this, so we have an ore scrubber. Which we don't... I don't know if I guess we're probably getting ores. I'll have to remember that I have that. And then we also have... No, what did I... The whole point was I wanted... Yeah, I wanted this. Okay. I didn't see the little indicator saying that this was new. So now we have airlocks for those. We'll have to give them power. And then these guys... We want to disable these for now. And then we can hook up all the pipes. The air pumps we don't have to really disable. We can enable those. So then what we want are water pipes. That alarm is off by a little bit. It's telling me it doesn't know when Patron Tuesday is. That's crazy. Alright. We'll go like this. Let's actually get rid of that stupid alarm. Give these guys power. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Right? Yeah, we have... Okay, all these things are set up. Good. And then they're going to output oxygen and stuff. So we're going to give them pipes. So gas pipes are going to go up. And then we want to... This guy's eating a lot of things. That's all right. I like coal. All right. So then we have a gas filter. So then what we want to do is we want to filter out stuff. So we do... These are all rocks, right? We don't want polluted water to come in here quite yet. So we're going to use this space in here to work on this project. We're going to get rid of this. So this space in here is where I'm going to actually run the pipes that are going to then do some stuff. This is... What is this? Interesting. We should... I have another notification in my way. I can't click on the thing. Go away. Go away, notification. Okay. Sweep. Sweep it. I feel like that fungus is good to have. Just seeing all the polluted stuff over here. Okay, whatever. Oh, I really need a fridge. My crops are doing so well. Alright, let's build more fridges. Food, I assume, is where it is? Yes. Alright, where do we have room for fridges? Oh, right here where we used to have these other things. Power. Excellent. So now we have some more fridges. We will have to assign them. So I kind of want to watch, but I guess... can I assign that from now? No, not really. Are you building them? Okay, there we go. So you will be all foods, and you are all foods. All right, there we go. Now we can actually put away some of this stuff. Okay. So now this space up here, let's try and get this planned out. So what we want to do is we want to get oxygen. Oxygen and hydrogen to be split into different air pipes is our goal. So we want to do a gas... Oh, no, not gas bridge. We want a gas... Oop. Ow, I keep on doing that. Oh, for filter for some reason. So I think that we want to do it in that sort of way. But apparently it has to be built in open space. Okay, that's good to know. So we're going to have a regular gas pipe going up to here. And then I guess here. I assume that they can walk through these filters. So then what we want, let me think about spacing. It's a shame that all this polluted water is right there. I kind of want the polluted water. This is pumping away. Let's look to see how that's going. So slowly, because we actually have quite a bit coming through. Interesting. I mean, not too slowly, but because we have some other sources coming in, it's not able to quite pump it out or pump it in as quick as it needs to. Interesting. Well, I mean, that's fairly quick. Okay, anyway. So then I guess... What am I going to do with this polluted water? I could process this stuff somewhere else. I can process this in this room here, I guess. That might be a better idea. So instead of... So let's go into the gas view. I don't know which one's which. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so then in this view, if we do destruct, it'll get rid of those pipes. So instead of going up, we're going to take this stuff down. So we're going to do gas pipes coming down into here. And then this thing actually doesn't need to be here at all. So we're going to go back to ventilation, get rid of all that. And then this we don't... Do we get resources back? I guess we do get resources back. So we'll leave that there for now. It is probably disabled already. Yeah, it's already disabled. So at least it's not running. So then what we want to do is we want to do ventilation. I want to make sure nobody's dying right now. So there's some issue with germs, and stress actually isn't too bad. That's good. So gas filter. So what we want to do is we want to filter... Oh, we want to filter out... We can't put it there. So we're going to filter out oxygen. Or I guess we can filter out hydrogen first. And this thing needs to go. So then we're going to have... Let's think the easiest way to do this. So we'll bring it up. And then, oh, well, okay, hold on. This is straight up oxygen. So this we could actually just route right to where we want people to breathe. Let me think. Or what I can do is I can filter out hydrogen first, and I can have power over here. Let's set up power, and let's see what sort of output this thing does. So this is, it produces power. It doesn't produce any pollution. Let's see. We'll put in 2 of these guys.